Everybody, just want to welcome you to week 14, module 14 for ME 144 heat transfer. So within this module here, we're going to cover the topic of our peer review and look at our group projects. So within this, we do have a couple bookkeeping items. You do have your quiz 14. This quiz 14 is just going to be your peer review. This has been posted to Blackboard and will be due by the end of the week at Friday by 4 p.m. Also, a reminder, you do have your homework due Monday by the end of the day. The other big item this week is your group project solution. So this has been posted to Blackboard, and you'll be solving out one of the other group's problems and then turning in the solution through Blackboard. And this will be due on Thursday by the end of the day. The other thing to think about, and I've posted this in advance here, is your final group project presentation, your video that you're creating, and this will be due on Tuesday the 11th by the end of the day. Now, a reminder, as always, I do have my office hours on Mondays from 9 to 10 a.m. If you're unable to meet during this time, please send me an email or a message through Teams, and I will work with your schedule. Also, the TA does have office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays as well from 11 to 12 p.m. Here's his contact email. He will be the one who's grading your homework assignments, your group projects, and your exams. If you have any grading-related questions, that would be a great opportunity to discuss those with the TA. So let's take a look at our schedule for the rest of the semester. We're wrapping it up here with our module 14. So within our module 14, we'll be working on our group projects. So for our group projects within this week, our big ticket item here is you're going to be submitting your solutions to the other group's problems. Now these are all posted on Blackboard, so you can click on the problem for the group that you're solving, and you'll solve that problem out, scan in your solution, and turn it in through Blackboard via an assignment. Also this week, you'll be turning in your peer review for your own group, and on Monday, you'll be turning in by the end of the day your homework number 5. Then on the last module, our module 15, on Tuesday the 11th, what you'll be doing is you'll be turning in two different things. You'll be turning in your video presentation going through your solution to your group's problems, and you'll also be turning in your graded solution for the group who solved your problem. So once you get those problems back that the other group has solved of yours, you'll be grading that and turning it back in as well. So those are the final things as we're wrapping up our semester. So now let's take a look at the detail and the milestones for our group project. So you guys have already completed the first milestone where you formed your teams. Then you guys submitted your team's problems and your solutions to me via Blackboard. Now what I've done with this is I have now created an assignment on Blackboard with these problems that you've created, so the other team can go in and click on that and solve it, and that is going to be this module's homework, where you're going to solve the other team's problem and turn it back in through Blackboard for that team to grade. So this will be on Thursday, May 6th. You'll be submitting your team's solutions to the other team's problems that you've solved. So again, you'll be submitting this right through Blackboard, and then I will distribute them as an email to the group that created the problem so that they can grade those for you, and they will be grading them and turning in those graded solutions to those problems on Tuesday, May 11th. Now also on Tuesday, May 11th, this is when your virtual presentations are due. So you'll be turning that in through an assignment on Blackboard as well. And I've posted up the rubric there, and this is already available on Blackboard for you guys to take a look at if you choose to submit that early. So let's take a look at the grading breakdown for this group project. So I've divided this into 3 different sections. The first section, you guys have already turned in your problem and your solution through a Blackboard assignment, and this is going to count for 25% of your grade, and this will be grading according to the rubric that's shown on Blackboard. Now, the next portion of this here, you will be grading the other group's solution to your problem according to a 10-point scale. So this right here, how the other groups grade your problem, is going to count for 25% of the grade, so how well you do on that other group's problem. Then the last 50% is going to be based upon your presentation for your solution on May 11th. So this will be done through a video presentation you'll be submitting through Blackboard, and I've included the rubric, and I'll also be going over that rubric today within this module overview. So now as you're grading the other group's solution to your problem, I want you to go through using the same grading criteria that has been used for the homeworks and exams that you've turned in this semester. So we're going to use the same 10-point scale. We give 2 points for the format. Did they provide their name, the name of their group, the givens, the finds, the appropriate coordinate system, any labels that are necessary? Is it neat? How easy is it for you to follow through their work? And then 4 points for the correct method, approach, governing equations. And last, 2 points, did they get the answer correct? So we have 11 different teams for the group project this semester. Each team is going to create their own problem and their solution to the problem and give their problem to one other team to solve. The 11 teams are the Catamount Conduction, Convection or Sugar, the Conduction, Costco Wholesale, Gold Team, Team Green, the heat, MLJJ, 11th hour, Team Luisos, and Team Chrome. Now for the assignment organization, what we have here is I'm going to tell you which team you're going to give your problem to and whose problem you're going to solve. So Catamount Conduction is going to give their problem to Convection of Sugar, and Convection of Sugar is going to solve that problem and turn it back into Catamount Conduction to grade. Then Convection of Sugar is going to give their problem to the Conduction, because the Conduction is going to solve this and turn it back into Convection of Sugar to grade. Then the Conduction is going to give their problem that they created to Costco Wholesale. Costco Wholesale is going to solve this and turn it back into the Conduction for grading. Then Costco Wholesale is going to give the problem that they created to Gold Team. Gold Team is going to solve this and turn it back into Costco Wholesale for grading. The Gold Team is then going to give their problem to Team Green. Team Green will solve this problem and turn it back into the Gold Team to grade. Then Team Green is going to give the problem that they created to the Heat. The Heat will solve this problem and turn it back into Team Green to grade. Then the Heat will give the problem that they created to Team MLJJ. MLJJ is going to assign this and turn it back into the Heat to grade. Then MLJJ is going to give their problem to the 11th hour. 11th hour will solve this and turn it back in to MLJJ to grade. Then the 11th hour gives the problem that they created to Team Luisos. Team Luisos will solve this problem and turn it back into the 11th hour to grade. Then Team Luisos will give their problem to Team Chrome. Team Chrome will solve this and turn it back into Team Luisos to grade. Team Chrome will give their problem back to Catamount Conduction up here. Catamount Conduction will solve this and turn it back into Team Chrome to grade. So for your final group project presentation, your video presentation that you'll be submitting through an assignment on Blackboard, this will be due on Tuesday, May 11th by the end of the day. So within this presentation, I'm expecting you to go through your problem that you created. Discuss how you came about this problem, how it's an original problem, go through your problem statement, your initial diagrams, and explain everything. And then the second portion I'll be looking at is your solution. So you'll be going through your solution to the problem, discussing your governing equations, your thought process, your math, your units, stepping us through each step of the way of your solution to the problem you created. So within this, we're going to be grading this based upon the following criteria, which is the rubric that we've posted up on Blackboard here. We'll take a look at your problem statement, the given diagram. Is this an original problem that you've created here? Does this problem cover topics within this course? Then we'll get into the solution. For the solution, we're going to look that you've clearly labeled what you're doing each step along the way, that you kept everything neat and organized, that you've shown all your general equations, and with that you've explained your thought process and how you are solving each step. And then from there, you've clearly defined and labeled your chosen coordinate system where necessary, and you've drawn out any diagrams or free body diagrams that are needed within the problem, and you've used the correct unit. So this is how the grading criteria will be for your video presentation. I'll have this rubric up next to me as you guys are presenting, your group is presenting these, or the video I'm watching through you guys presenting these, and this is what I'm going to be using to grade that video presentation. So this is the rubric posted on Blackboard. You guys can click on the assignment and look at this, and you can see how I'll be looking at this for the problem statement. You know, something's missing or wrong, it's competent, proficient, or perfect. So I'll be grading based on those criteria there, picking the point scale, doing that for your problem statement, your given diagram, checking it is an original problem, you put some thought and effort into it. Did it cover topics within this course? Again, did you clearly label what you're doing each step along the way? How proficient or perfect were you with that? Did you keep everything neat and organized? Is it easy for me to follow through your work? Do you show your general governing equations and where they came from? Do you explain your thought process for each step of the way as you're solving out the problem? Do you clearly define and label your coordinate systems? Do you draw any necessary diagrams? And have you used the correct units all the way through?